Hello valued viewers, I hope you're all doing wonderfully well. We were talking in GR the other day about the F-16 and one of the guys mentioned, what about that time in the 1980s when there was a variant that had the massive cannon from the A-10 Thunderbolt 2 on it, and this was a massive shock to me. I didn't know this existed. So first, history. In the 1980s, the US Air Force wanted to replace the slow and lumbering A-10 Thunderbolt 2 in the close air support role. Their thinking was that the A-10 was just too slow and vulnerable to operate in the contested airspace. Their idea was to add the A-10's massive 30mm cannon to the F-16. This would give A-10 firepower in a 600 plus knot aircraft, solving the problem. Enter the A-16, a modified F-16A armed with a single 30mm 4-barreled version of the A-10's GAU-8 cannon in a pod along the centre of the aircraft, along with twin 7.62mm guns in pods under the wings. Initially, the A-16 testing proved promising, but the project was later killed by Congress. The idea didn't go away though, and in 1990 along came the F-A-16, which was very similar to the A-16. This time the Air Force managed to create an entire squadron of these F-A-16s and deploy them into actual war with the National Guard for testing in the 1991 Desert Storm, or Gulf War I. Each New York Air National Guard F-A-16 was equipped with a single GPU-5A Paveclaw pod. The pod housed a 30mm GAU-13A 4-barreled derivative of the 7-barreled cannon used on the A-10, with a total of 353 rounds of ammunition. Although promising in theory, the real aircraft combat testing was a miserable failure. First of all, the pylon mount wasn't as steady as the A-10's rigid mounting, and the required accurate firing became just impossible. Secondly, the A-10 ingressed a target at around 300 miles an hour, giving plenty of aiming time. The F-16 ingressed at over 500 miles an hour during the tests, giving not quite enough time to align well on the target. 3. Firing the gun shook the aircraft harshly and made it very difficult to control. Later we'll talk about the A-10 and how it has a special feature for controlling this. Number 4. Computer-assisted aiming, known as CCIP software, was not available for this version of the F-16. So, as the initial concept of the weapon failed, pilots ended up using the gun as an area of effect weapon, spraying multiple targets with ammunition, producing an effect like dropping a cluster bomb. It took only 2 days before they gave up on this idea, unbolted the gun pods and went back to dropping traditional cluster bombs, which just did a better job of this. After this failure, F-16s were further optimised for close air support mission and saw future action in this role, but instead of guns, they used T-pods and guided and unguided missiles and bombs. And that's what we're going to test today, guys. I will give you a chance to speak about this in a bit, but let's just see what we're doing today. It's a simple test to try to figure out how effective the F-A-16 could have been with its gun if all of those problems were solved. Very simple test, guys. We take off from here. 30 miles away to the east in our 1991 Desert Storm are 4 grid squares. Each grid square is 5 miles by 5 miles and has a smoke in the middle. Each has 10 ground units that need taking down. They start easy and get sequentially harder. Grid square 1, we must take down 10 armed but unarmoured targets. These. Next, we're going to have APCs. Again, they'll shoot at us, but they've got, I guess you'd call it medium armour, maybe 15mm armour. Then we're going to have main battle tanks, T-55s. There were lots of those in Desert Storm that the Iraqis had. And finally, we are definitely going to get shot at by this. Iraq had these. They are called the ZSU-23 Shilka, radar-guided, 4-barreled 23mm. We're going to do it with 3 different vehicles to get a scientific test. First is the control vehicle. That is the F-16C. All we're going to be using is guns today. I'm aware that all of these carry guided missiles and unguided missiles and guided bombs and unguided bombs, but I'm not interested in that. The base F-16 just has its internal rotary cannon, 20mm, and the type of ammo I've chosen is SAFI there, or we can change that if we want. Then we're going to do our version of the F-A-16. To do it, we've taken a kind of modded version of the Block 50, Block 70, and we've removed the gun and added this gun pod here. It is a 4-barreled version of the 7-barreled GAU-8 in the A-10. The way we modelled the lack of barrels is we've reduced the rate of fire roughly comparable to what the GAU-13 would have been that was on the actual F-16. I think I've said that all right. Otherwise, it will be the A-10 gun in terms of the round it uses, the speed of the round, the accuracy of the A-10. Again, assuming the mounting problem could have been solved. It has the correct 353 rounds of the actual Pave Claw pod as well. So that's as close as we're going to get in DCS. And finally, the thing it was trying to replace, of course, the A-10, and you can have the C or the A, it doesn't really matter, the gun is essentially the same, and that is, of course, the GAU-8 Avenger cannon, 7-barrel, 30mm. I've gone for combat mix, as that's what they would usually take, and that has 1,150 rounds, guys. We've not had a practice yet, but if you had to have a prediction, how well is the FA-16 or our version of it going to do against the thing it might have replaced?
I don't think it's got enough rounds, and I don't think it's going to be very effective.
Yep. Honestly, it all has to do with the purpose for why they built it. They built it for survivability. Through history and tests of the GAU-8, it never was the tank-killing gun that it was sold to be. There's 3 congressional tests, all funded about it. You can read about it. The 30mm doesn't actually disable tanks. The history of the A-10 was it was built in a flash to stop a Soviet advance in the Fulda Gap. It was cannon fodder at the time. They knew it was going to be cannon fodder. They knew it was an airplane that was not going to be able to survive in a contested air environment. It was literally there to slow a Russian advance. So pretty much once the USSR started to fall, they were like, hey, we don't have a purpose for this airplane anymore. So they just started trying to find ways to get rid of it. Through advances of technology, of Mavericks, your laser-guided rockets, that's really what's kept the A-10 flying, is technology that they were able to strap to the airplane and not so much the gun itself. And which is also the history as to why the F-16 with the 30mm gun pod went away so quickly, is they pretty much figured 30mm doesn't do that much. Shooting a whole lot of bullets from high altitude is not as accurate as being able to put guided munitions on target. They were just like, it's not really worth the investment. So they didn't try to finely tune and make the pod fully mounted. The whole idea was the A-10, even though it's got the titanium tub, was not very survivable for its intended purpose. So the idea was faster airplane, higher chance of survivability.
Welcome in, viewers. Today's scientific gunners are Simba, Poosh, Darkcap, Strider. Hello, boys.
Hello.
Right, we're starting with the relatively modern Block 50 with its internal M60 20mm Gatling gun, please. Guys, let's get to steer point 1. Well, you know what we haven't done in a while? A formation takeoff. Let's try proper formation takeoff with mil power.
All right, hold brakes, 85. Coming off brakes in 3, 2, 1. Full mil, 3, 2, 1. Rotating. Gear up.
Not bad, boys, not bad. One thing we haven't factored into this is the ferry. Obviously, an F-16 can ferry from base to target, well, more or less twice as fast as an A-10, and vice versa. So I guess that's quite important as well, but we won't really be modelling that today. Things we are interested in today are obviously the performance of the gun, and as I said, we have to assume that the FA-16's gun problems were all sorted out, otherwise, you know, it just didn't work otherwise. Survivability of the aircraft, because we're going to be shot at today, and as well as that, kind of kinematic suitability for using the gun. I know this has been asked a million times, but I wonder how the A-10 has lasted so long. I mean, it's lasted absolutely decades. I wonder if one of the reasons are it's just so cheap.
The ability to upgrade it with technology.
Yeah, and I think Afghanistan helped it out quite a bit.
Right, guys, that was rather quick ferry. That was 30 miles already. Start prepping yourself. Roger, guys, we've absolutely not made the targets easy to find, because part of the job of these in Desert Storm would have been to, you know, find the targets as well as shoot them. So they're spread out within a ring of about 2 miles around each smoke. So you've got to find them as well as shoot them. Will that be easier in one aircraft? Well, we don't know until we try it. I've seen nothing so far.
Nice if they were running around leaving dust trails.
Visual one, running in. Right, 400 knots. So there's a lot more survivability in the A-10 already. In Wes.
Is it more survivability in the A-10 or the F-16?
And the A-10. Guys, does anyone know how many bullets we've got in the F-16's car?
500 something.
Joe. Okay, one down. Two down. One of those isn't fully dead, by the way. One of them that's smoking.
510.
510.
510. Yep, that's what they set the rounds counter to.
Good kill. 3 down. Another spotted. We are being fired at, viewers. It's just you can't really see the traces in the light desert. And the chance of a Dushka hitting an F-16 at 4+100 knots is pretty much zero. Well, I hope.
Yeah, hard to find these guys.
Yeah, it is. It is. But in terms of the accuracy of the gun, it depends on the dive. What's the word, guys? The dive pitch. So if I dive really steep,
Dive angle.
the bullets will laterally, or forwards and backwards, be spread less. If I dive low angle, they'll be spread out more. Eight down, just 2 to go, guys. Done a sterling job, and no one's smacked their face into the ground yet.
Not for lack of trying.
Not for lack of trying. I've spread them out, so if you're trying to find one, sort of aim between some existing smokes. In fact,
Is that it?
1, 2,
One
no.
just cooked off. There's 9 down now.
Right, so we've got to find out where the last one is. Just check on the map. You're allowed to check on the map just to get a rough idea.
And there's one
Oh,
smoke that
they're all
looks
down.
different.
They're all down. They're all down. Scratch it. Scoreboard hasn't caught up yet. Is all. It's fine. Everyone move on to steer point 2. That is obviously the next smoke. Medium armor. Right, running in. Target spotted. These are much easier to see, by the way.
Be mindful of your fuel. Don't be cracking burner constantly.
Jesus, I'm having very little effect. These are only 80 APCs, they're not heavy armour. The type of round we're using is called SAFI, Semi-Armour Piercing High Explosive Incendiary.
Yeah, I'm hitting them, not getting any feedback.
Try from the side. I was not really wasn't expecting it. Has anyone managed to get damage?
Down. Yeah, one down.
Alright. Maybe you need to hit... What kind of distance were you shooting at?
That was pretty close.
Closer than I would like.
Yeah, I thought that's going to be the case. So maximum bullet speed.
And it was from the side.
Yeah, I'm going from the side now.
Same here, it was the distance that made the difference.
Roger. Yes, I got one as well. Yeah, I did it from like 1,000 feet. It's nice being lightly armed because you can just use mil power and climb straight up pretty much. Gun-based science, viewers, has always been the best type of science. AKA Mythbusters, AKA Grim Reapers.
Donut operator?
15 fully dead. Ammo checks, guys. I'm at, oh no, 80 rounds. You have to put a lot of these rounds down to do the kills the problem.
90.
I believe I'm out of ammo.
Alright, you just wait around, don't do anything silly. God damn it, this gun. I'm out. Alright, autopilot on, waiting for you guys.
Got it. 55% damage.
See how close the boys are having to get.
That's the one that just started smoking? Yeah. It was my last 20 or so rounds.
I got it. You definitely see the benefit of the 30mm over the 20mm because you have to get so close to get the bullet to penetrate. It's dangerous.
I'm out of gas.
That will be a problem. You've also been taking quite a lot of damage, Pooch.
Yeah, I got a little low one time.
Yeah.
Got it.
Well done. Yeah, that's them all. Off you go. East, whoever's got ammo. East, main battle tank. Good luck.
No effect.
But yeah, I saw it hit it. I saw it, you know, the kind of spark. Are you out of ammo?
Yes.
Who's got ammo? Smash that tank. Hit. Miss.
Even when it hits, it's not registering.
If we can't get it to register, probably the best bet I've got is to go in shallow, fire really close. Hits. Anything?
Is it even doing damage?
No, there's no damage. Alright, I'll give you one more run just to make sure, but we're probably just not going to damage any further. Loads of hits, probably 50 hits, and no damage. No, it's not going to damage it. I mean, no one's really surprised, right? 20mm gun versus a main battle tank. Well, that was our control test. Let's bring out the first 30mm gun and see what difference it makes. Welcome in, viewers. We're in our kind of modified F-16. It doesn't have a right cockpit. It's not, you know, it's just a hastily put together solution to get this to work. So 30mm, 4-barrel gatling gun, 353 rounds as opposed to the 1150 on the A-10 and whatever it was, 510 on the F-16. I don't know, but we'll see. It has a proper CCIP system, as you know, if the FA-16 would have had if it had gone into full production.
I think I had a hole in my tank.
Ah, yes, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Yes, you balance how close you can get. The closer you get, the more vulnerable you are, and vice versa. It's with this gun, theoretically, we can stand off a bit longer, guys. The real FA-16s had a really cool paint job, grey and green paint. It's quite cool.
It's the trend now, pink. No,
Grey. Everything's grey, boring shit, grey.
Grey was for a reason.
Yeah, it works pretty well, actually.
On the moon.
Well, no, it's the color spectrum of when your eyes are struggling to focus, like on the horizon, like the colors of gray. It's those shades of gray that are the hardest to detect, which is the whole reason for the Ferris paint job that came out back in, I think, the 80s or the 70s, 80s, and it was where different parts of the jet were in that different like shades of gray, because when your airplane was like pitched on its side and turning, your eye can't actually focus on all the different shades of gray, so you couldn't actually tell if the jet was turning, coming, or going.
I think the range counter is miles, I assume. 1 mile. Alright, okay. Good start. That felt a bit like a sniper cannon. I shot it just past 1 mile, or just closer than 1 mile. 2 down. Right, I noticed as long as you get it aimed perfectly and no yaw, it only takes about 5 bullets. Or rounds, or whatever.
You have to work in its direction in it.
1 mile. Score. 5 down. I'm personally finding it a lot easier just because of the power of the cannon. Which I guess makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I was in the Air Force when this came out. I don't remember much noise being made about it, though.
Roger, everything I've heard was negative about it. Here's an interesting thought that no one's talked about so far. He said A-10 did well in Afghanistan, and Simba said about how the cannon is cool, but you know, not that effective at taking down tanks, not very effective at all. But one good reason, and one thing we'll be learning about in our Afghanistan campaign at the moment, is about the psychological effect of certain weapons. Sometimes you don't need to blow someone up if you can scare them away. I mean, that's kind of a, you know, it's a better solution for everyone, really. And the gun was kind of used from the A-10 just to route insurgents out in several cases that we've looked at. So I guess that was one reason to keep the gun. You know, obviously they weren't fighting tanks in Afghanistan.
Is 9 all of them?
There's one somewhere, but I don't know which one it is. It's probably cooking off. Probably leave it, guys. It will probably cook off. Let's go east rather than waste our ammo.
The one is still fully up.
Can you deal with it, and we will move on. I don't want 8 people going for one target. Target.
Okay.
Yeah, from
84 rounds left this time.
looking at some of the YouTube channels I follow, it seems anecdotally that they use their guns a lot in Afghanistan.
But you got to remember, they weren't fighting main battle tanks or
No,
a near peer army.
no, I know, and I think it was because of the precision. They could get down really low and get close to the friendlies.
Probably read that congressional report about the precision of it.
Yeah, I think what Poosh is trying to say there, precision might not be the right word. I think what he means is it can contain its damage, in a relatively, although it may not hit a tank,
Yeah,
it can contain its damage
it's not a
relatively
bomb.
well. A 500-pound bomb is gonna hurt people hundreds of feet away. So I do see how it could have uses like that. Yeah, 2 bullets killed one, that one. Rounds left, 250.
Oh no, I think I know the problem. I think that's a multi-thread thing.
Roger. Doesn't matter, we'll get around it. Right, 6 down, and a bunch cooking off.
I feel like our choice of ammo might help as well.
Well, we've got combat mix here, so it's half depleted uranium, half high explosive. In fact, I stand to be corrected, but I think that's what it is. Has anyone taken any damage yet? It does have a damage model flying. May not be as realistic as the other one, but... Sniped. Oh, that one took 3 rounds. Look at that. Oh, they're all dead. They're all dead. Battle tanks. Main battle tanks. All right, here we go. And I've got 216 rounds. So, I'm not sure what the mix is, but depleted uranium and high explosive. Let's see how we do against the main battle tank. Oh, I've used my flares. God damn it. Right, any suggestions about how we do this? I know the real A-10s, I think they attack from behind, or I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, how do you know it's behind?
I mean, that's a risky thing, getting that close to even see if it's behind. I guess in real life, they'll be moving, you might see smoke, maybe.
Dust trails.
Yeah, you could dive on that aspect. Right, now I'm going to still go relatively close. They're not putting up, they're not firing huge guns at us, so I'm going to get within 1,000 feet, fraction of a mile, get maximum punch for my rounds. Roger.
Oh, they're a bit more accurate.
Yeah, it's probably because we're going
Also,
closer, to be
didn't
honest.
do any damage.
Impacts. Oh, no damage. Impacts, no damage. Ow, and I'm hit. Shh, I am not expecting that. Alright, hit from behind, hit from behind.
Hit from the side at close range.
I mean, it's combat mix. I checked, it's combat mix, so I don't know what's going on. We did not expect this, viewers.
Oh, you can do damage. Oh, yep. 5 hits and it's at 40%.
Right.
From behind.
GG behind. Right, gotta go behind, guys. I forgot that was modelled. Because to get this accurate, we have to go in relatively slowly, viewers, which gets us a target. Kind of a them problem. Yes! Got one! Right, from behind, short bursts of 10 rounds, it kills it. Lesson learned. And 129 rounds left. Oh dear, one of you just smashed your face into it. Go on, who was it?
Target fixation.
Alright, Push, but you're out. Probably didn't kill the tank either. No, it didn't. Right, viewers, watch this. Just put your thing on the thing and 10 rounds. A few more than 10. Another one down. It's working. It's just a bit more difficult, is all. 75 rounds. Simba, if you can't find that guy, you might as well scoot up here. You're going to do more use up here. I'm getting my technique down now. Oh, come on. What happened there? I've got a tiny bit of rudder in, I think. Splayed it off to the side. That was frustrating. Real frustrating. Right, no yaw, no yaw, no yaw. Hits, half damage. Oh, I'm out of ammo. God, balls. Guys, just a reminder, you've got to go over the target and hit them from the west, west, west. Otherwise, you'll do no damage. You need to be quite close as well to get enough accuracy. Tank damage.
Oh, that one's shooting at me.
Damage.
Scrape the tail along the ground.
Red health.
Look at all the holes in the ground around it.
Yeah, wow, that is a lot of 30 mil hits there. A lot. God. It's amazing how much we miss. I mean, it's just not that accurate enough, is it? Or is it? I can't see him. Ooh.
Well, I was out of ammo, and that was the end of it.
So, all BTRs were down, all Hiluxes were down, one got bugged, so you just have to ignore it. 2 tanks were down, 2 very highly damaged. It's not as good as I was hoping it was going to be, but obviously it scored higher than the F-16. So, interesting, guys. Let's reset and jump in the A-10s. Alright, guys, Master Arm on, a gun pack on. Gun pack is a compensation system that this has to cancel out the recoil of the gun. The F-16 didn't have it, but this does. It kind of changes the elevation of the aircraft slightly to compensate for it, to keep it bang on target. So that should be interesting how well that works. That's all it is, isn't it? Let's go. This has the proper GAU sound effect as well. And 1150 rounds. So, how about that time to target, guys? Very slow.
Yeah, slow, and you're not flying an F-16, which is a lot more fun to fly.
Anyone made it there yet?
No. Still 11 miles out.
Or we'll be over by the time we get there.
You got time to refill your coffee.
I don't even know if the helmet-mounted sight in this is pretty similar to the 16 or very different.
I think the F-16 was the joint helmet-mounted sight, wherever it was called, which was shared between platforms. I think this is the Scorpion, guys.
No, it was just a different company. In fact, actually, the 16s are converting over the Scorpion system. But a lot of it all has to do with like the avionics that they put in it. You know, that's why the Jehemics that you see in the Hornet versus the Jehemics that you see in the Viper are different displays.
Pull up, pull up.
That gun. That gun, though.
Altitude, altitude. Pull up, pull up.
Oh, wow.
Pull up, pull up.
Running in.
Pull up, pull up.
Dead. Alright, let's go.
Altitude, altitude.
Wow, a staggering 1,080 rounds left. More than both of the other planes put together. I'm actually feeling a bit like I felt safer in the F-16, because the F-16 I never dived in less than 400 knots. This, at least 100 knots slower, and there's not much you can do about that.
I already got 7 of them.
Jeez.
Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude. Pull up, pull up.
Where's the last one?
Flaring above it. Here's another good point for the A-10. It could loiter probably longer than any other fighter attack aircraft I can think of. Hold on. Onto the tanks with, wow, 1,060 rounds remaining. Remember, side and rear only, so attack them heading west. Dropping in.
That was disappointing.
What happened?
8% damage on my pass. I think I hit it a bunch of times.
Are you going from the rear?
I did. I flew past it and came back.
Okay. Alright, do it again. Gotta be pinpoint accurate, I guess.
Well, that
Yeah, I got
kind of
4
lines
hits,
up with
31%.
the real world testing where
Altitude, altitude.
I think they had
Pull up,
12,
pull up.
12 of them in a line, and they only managed to disable 3.
Yeah.
Not destroy, disable.
One hit me. I'm okay.
Ah, 1 main battle tank down. 2 down.
2 down.
Pull up, pull up.
97% on that one.
Nice.
Get close.
Try and get the same one again if you can. Jesus Christ. Easy now, guys.
Pull up, pull up.
4 down. Getting her eye in now, attacking it from behind.
Instruments seem okay, but I'm definitely down an engine.
Oh dear, Dark. That's a
Pull up,
problem, isn't
pull
it?
up, pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude. Pull up, pull up.
Oh, I love that gun pack. Eight down, guys. Wowee. And I've still got, oh my god, 870 rounds left. What the hell? 10 down. Unbelievable. Right, guys. East 10 miles. We've got the radar guarded AAA to take care of. And yes, it's going to be hard. Probably. So I don't think these are very heavily armoured. I don't think they are. But obviously, they're lethal. So we've got to snipe them from long range. Keep maximum speed for this one, guys. You're going to need all the evading energy you can. And try not to get in the middle of the crowd either. Here we go. Fast, fast, fast.
Fast. My plane doesn't do more than about 250, 230.
Yes. I really prefer an F-16 right now. 2, 1.
Pull up, pull up.
One down. Alright. Fully get the chuff out of there. Don't fly over the others, whatever you do. Attack from the outside like friggin' vultures. Yeah, these ranges, the gun's just not that accurate, is it? It's hard to get just one round on target. Running in.
If you've got the 2 pippers, it's the top pipper at range.
Another one down.
Nice.
Pull up, pull up.
93%. 4 down. Wow. Well, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, guys. Although we can still get complacent.
Very accurate.
Nope.
Pull
I'm
up,
out.
Pull up.
1 down. On A-10 down. 3 to go. Right, I'm trying to keep my discipline. I'm trying to make sure I go all the way out. I'm diving in from the east.
Pull up, pull up.
Another one down. Alright guys, one more. Unbelievable.
Still got one lighting me up.
Yeah. I think it's this one here.
Nope, they're all done.
All done. That's it. Boom. Wow, that was obscenely easy. Guys, because that was so easy, whoever's left airborne, let's do a quick guns deathmatch just to shake out. Is there an air-to-air side? There is, isn't there? 500 rounds. Get some. I'm going to shoot this guy another one.
Cabaret mode?
Cabaret mode. Love cabaret. Yeah! Oh, poosh! Oh, poosh! He just flew to pieces. Huh, but he refuses to crash. Alright.
Third email effective against the other aircraft.
It does seem to be that way, doesn't it? No, 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 no. Absolutely not. Do the old Top Gun. Oh, God.
Pull up, pull up.
Uh-oh, uh-oh. I may have got myself into some trouble. No, I didn't. Sucker. Rowenge is best served warm. Oh, dark. There was some Rowenge coming. Ah, you son of a bitch.
Won't do it.
Do it.
I only have one engine to start.
Oh, poor old dog. Poor old dog. Oh, dog, I got another engine. Or was that your bad one?
I don't know. None of my instruments showed bad before. Now it's about 50-50.
I've been hit, I've been hit. Oh, dog. A thing may have happened. I hope it doesn't affect our friendship. Oh. Oh, no! It makes me fly better. It makes me fly better! All right, guys, very good. Most of us probably predicted the A-10 was going to win, right? It's got more ammo. It really was optimized for this, blah, 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 blah. But I really didn't see it doing that well. As in, you know, it got so boringly easy that we killed all 40 targets and then having to do a big dogfight to actually kill ourselves. As compared to the F-16, which we modelled, you know, fairly well to the FA-16. You know, it had the right gun and whatnot. So I guess it reinforced what we think probably should have happened.
Well, we didn't run either one of the 16s against the Shilkos. I wonder if they would be, I mean, 100% is 100%. I wonder if they'd do it faster or whatever.
Possibly. Unfortunately.
Also, this is big, open, flat terrain, which the A-10 was built for the rolling hills of Eastern Europe. So trying to go down into passes where, you know what I mean, you don't have 6 Shulkas or 6 A-10s circling the Shulkas, and you know what I mean, like they would have been in a position where your run-in would have been a lot more dangerous.
So,
No, if there was any other aircraft in the sky, I would want to be in the 16.
well, it was certainly an interesting test of firepower. I hope you enjoyed it, and bye-bye.